Okay, welcome back to video 6. Today we're going to talk about loop. In C++, you really need a loop to do a lot of stuff. You can do data validation, you can do like printing an array, you can do like printing certain things to fulfill certain requirements before you do something else. That is the loop. So there's a few different loops, but today we are going to talk about while loop and the for loop. Let's get started. So let's talk about the while loop first, because it is a little bit easier. So you have to have those 7 lines. First of all, it's like include iostream using namespace std, int main, and then system pause and return 0. That is a standard codes for C++. So far, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you better watch video 1 to review or recap. Alright, let's start it. For the for loop, it will look like that, and then statement block. So this is the structure for a while loop. All right. So inside this bracket, you're gonna put a condition. All right. So what it means is, while certain condition is not fulfilled, it will keep on doing something in the statement block. Alright, so let me repeat that again. While loop is while a certain condition is not fulfilled, it will run the statement block until the condition is met. This is what it means. Alright, let's do some example. Let's say I want to print something. Alright, I want to print something on the screen just for 6 times. Alright, so let me define a variable which is x is equal to 0, and then the condition is if x is less than or equal to 5. Alright, I will keep on doing something like this. Print out the x value. Alright. Alright. So you might have a question about, like, if I want to print 6 values on the screen, why I type 5? Alright. Let's say this is a house. Alright. And as you know, the numbers start with 0. Alright, that is my 1. That is my second value. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Alright, so you want I want to print out 6 value, so you have to count from the first one. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is what I'm gonna get. Alright, so let's print that out. Do you think, am I missing something in the statement block? Do you think so? So what I'm saying is, while x is less than 5, less than or equal to 5, and I'm going to print out the x value at that time. And do you think will the x is gonna update the value, or it will be it will be the same value? Since I'm not doing anything, I'm not adding any value to the x, and my x initially is 0, that means it will be 0 all the time. What do I mean by that? That means this loop will not end. This is an infinity loop. Let me show you what do I mean. You can see on the right, all the numbers is 0, right? And actually it is still running. It is still running. And you just can't follow that. Alright, you can see that it's still running no matter what. You can see the scroll bar on the right. Alright, to exit a loop, like an infinity loop, what you have to do is Control C. You will exit the loop. So which means if we need the loop to stop, we need to let the computer know that each time you run the while loop, you need to update it. So when you're updating the value, you put plus plus. That means you're adding 1 to x every single time you run the statement block. Alright, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is the 6th value. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I'll repeat that what I've just said. So every time when you have a while loop with the certain condition, especially when you're doing like a numbers as a condition, you have to end, you have to update the value of the variable in the condition that is specifically for the while loop. So we have a while loop and we have a variable that is set to a condition, and we have to update the value, which is x at this point, at this specific case. So if we have y is my variable and this is y, so we have to add a value to it every time it runs this statement. Alright, otherwise it's not gonna end. So that means the first time you run it, the first time y is equal to 0, right? After you run it this line and run this line, oh, it says plus plus. That means the second time, this is the first time y is equal to 0, so second time y will be equal to 1. That is what it means. Until it hits less than or equal to 5, it will stop, which is the number of 5. Alright, so this is what it means. As simple as it is. This is the while loop. So let's do a for loop. It is kind of similar, but for loop has a structure like that. First we need to know where it starts and then where it ends. Alright, and the increment. Alright, and then there will be a statement block as well. This is how it looks like. Alright, let's do something with it. So I'm saying for int x. Usually for loop we will use like I, and then it ends with like, let's say I is less than or equal to 5 again, and then the increment will be I plus plus. So now I'm going to print something, but in this case we already define or declare the increment each time it runs is adding 1 to it, so we do not have to type I plus plus over in the statement block. Alright, let's run it. Exactly the same thing, exactly the same thing. Alright, so Let me repeat again. For loop, you need to have the start, the end, and the increment. Alright. For loop, you need to know where you start, where you end, and the increment. Alright. So now you might have a question: what is differences with the while loop and the for loop? So you remember that the while loop, there's like a condition, right? And then there will be a statement block. And the for loop, you have a similar stuff, which is where it starts, where it ends, and then the increment. So as you can see, you know from the end, from the for loop, you know exactly how many times you want to run, right? But for while loop, you have a condition. You need to wait until it comes, or it fulfill the requirement, right? So that is the major difference for the for loop and the while loop. Alright. So that's all for today. It is very simple and it is very short video. If you have any questions, comment below and ask a professor. Thank you.